After a full week of solid rain, there was a break in the weather and I got out. Unfortunately, I wasn't to realise that some of the places I went to actually flooded out. Here I spotted a couple of TVs, hoping to grab some cords. One of them didn't have a cord, the other one did, so I grabbed that. Actually, this was a pretty good trip for cords. Vacuum cleaner had a cord. I'm just pointing them out. And then this picture frame, which definitely caught my attention. But everything was so wet. This is all full of Hot Wheels track, but man, there was just so much water. This gives you an idea of what the rain was like, and all the dirt washed onto this particular bit of the road. It was rather rough driving across it. Checked out this little pile and ended up with a fair few cords. Things were so wet. There was still a good amount of steel to be had if you had the right vehicle. These speakers would have been alright, but geez, they were wet. Everything was wet. There's more cords. There was a fair bit of stuff out actually. This was the bottom end of the table, in good condition. Stuff packed everywhere. This 1940s crystal cabinet would have been alright. Lots of chairs. There was a full range of everything. I grabbed some cords out of that particular drop. A little table here. Another little chest of drawers. Two more bedside tables, but everything was just so wet. Some piles you don't want to have a look at because it's just like move one thing and everything falls. Tonka toy wasn't in the best of nick. There was lots of boxes of goods, but because there'd been so much rain, as soon as you touched the box, it fell apart. Tapes there, I went over and had a check. They were broken. There was a nice little white table there. This thing was massive. It was huge and it was heavy. This would have been a really expensive piece in its day. It had a huge mirror on top, which wasn't there, sorry. But yeah, it would have been nice. Here's another part of it. The posts for the mirror were just so solid. This whole thing weighed a ton. It had the worst type of like drawer handles. It was sort of shell shaped, carved into it. This thing would have been really expensive in its day, and yeah, all drawers were there. But yeah, it would have taken about 4 blokes to lift it. A little set of drawers there. Piles, boxes. Like I said, everything was just so wet. We'd had so much rain that like none of the furniture was basically any good. Anything that was MDF or particle board was just ruined. Yeah, that I actually wanted to grab that, but my car was pretty full at that stage, so basically I was sort of only looking for small things. And yeah, just going down one street here, this just sort of shows you more an idea of what's out there and what can be had. Plenty of timber, like headboards used as timber, tables everywhere. You'd be amazed at what you can find out there. These couple of chairs took my interest, I quite liked them. But yeah, the base was broken. That probably could have been easily fixed. Give them a paint. There's another antique type chair there. But sadly that was fairly broken up. This will show you how much water there is. Everything was just full of water. Got some cords in amongst this. Some fans there that hadn't been touched. Actually, I did really well with the cords. But like rummaging through this sort of stuff is like, yeah, boxes would, yeah, like I said, would just fall apart, and it wasn't the best idea. I don't like leaving a mess. I like to leave it cleaner than I found it. This was a set of units, and everyone had dumped their things out the front. And as you can see, it's a hell of a mess. But I still managed to find some good things. And like I said, plenty of cords. This was an interesting find. Unfortunately, I didn't have the room for it, but that was a working motor on that pressure washer, Honda motor. Some fans there that, again, I didn't have room for. Some piles you just don't touch. Little table there, but so saturated. I got out and had a look, but no. This gives you an idea. Like, it was just, everything was so messy. It wasn't nice to touch. The old hand sanitizers have got a hell of a workout this trip, I can tell you. There was another nice chair there. Cane. I like the cane chairs. They quite pique my interest at times. Microwave with the cord. And just wet boxes of stuff. But there was a few unusual things that I did grab. The baskets there really caught my eye, but when I went over, they were pretty well ratty. My daughter likes baskets, so I sort of kept an eye out for those for her. These chairs, the brown chairs you can see there, like tub chairs. There was 4 of them. All 3 of them, and they were pretty good. Fan, got the cord off. Little stool on the right hand side had a huge split in it, which wasn't fixable. Another little set of chest of drawers. I like these chairs. There was one there, and there's one in the next picture. I think they would have been done up all right. There's the other one there. Again, not enough room. So here's what we got. We've got a couple of totes for my daughter. That's a full bag of bottles, 10 cents each, so a bit of money there. 10 litre stainless steel pot, which I shall put to good use. This is that picture frame I was looking at before. This is a professionally made. If you have a look at the back, you can tell, but this is really nice. I think I can do something with that. Regulators of barbecues. Managed to snell a few more. all worth dollars. A Remco, which is probably a knockoff of a Tonka. I sort of looked them up. Remco used to be an old American toy company. Heap of Christmas lights. Full bag, and there's the cords that I got. And that's a fairly big container, and there's probably, I don't know, 20 pounds of cords, easy. That was pretty good. So all in all, a money trip, it wasn't too bad at all. All right, folks.